Messing with my life. Okay, we're gonna try that one. All right. Here I am. Here I am. The baggage handler. Hey, y'all. I'm trying these afternoon times. Trying these afternoon times um to see what's what with people. To see if this is a good space to come and talk to the people. I know. I got multiple devices going. So I'm tagging. Let's see. All right. Gonna see who is available in these afternoon streets. Then I will not be before you long. This might be some midday break time. Recharge your afternoon. You about at your afternoon low and you need something to catch your attention. You've had lunch, you have had your afternoon break perhaps, and now it's just that. Who is the afternoon? Give me something to give me something to get my day together for these last couple of hours. So let's see. Hey, I was just about to text you. I was just about to text you. So I don't know about 2:30, Michelle. I don't know. I don't know. Gonna see who's up and about and out and around. And see who we can get. Let's tag a few people. We're gonna talk about what the fire confirms today. And see what happens. See what happens when we talk about that. I have my trusty cup. I have my trusty cup. Let's see if we can get a couple of people in here before I give all the deets on what is in my cup. I don't know, Michelle. I think I'm gonna go to like 1:30. Because by the time 2:30 gets here, I was really ready to do something else with my life. I was really ready to do something other else with my life. It is okay. It is 2:35. It's 2:35. I'm gonna get on. So hello everybody. Hello to my afternoon people who um who may typically catch me on the replay. This is Karen, the baggage handler booth, and I own and operate What's in Your Bag Consulting, where we do coaching. We talk about forgiveness. We talk about confidence. We talk about all the things that will help you walk more boldly in what God has for you. And so we have been talking about faith and forgiveness in the fire. And I have been explaining to you that so what is today? Today, okay, so today is October 30th. It has been 30 complete days since I've transitioned out of one place into another. My father has transitioned, and I have learned some things about some relationships and people. And it has been a whole. Let's go 82 things with Karen right now and see if she can see how she walks through this without acting a donkey. And so, uh, yeah, I was doing real good until October the 8th. That was the day that Daddy left. And then I took me some time off. And I walked through some anger. I'm still not through. I'm still not through it all. Some anger and some sadness, some disappointment and some more anger and grief and some sadness and and some whole more other stuff. And now I'm here. And now I'm here. So today, pretty good day. It's a pretty good day. And so we are talking about um, how we can walk through all these many emotions when you go through all these many different things. Because, the world don't stop spinning because I'm going through tragedy. So, one, I would advise you, I've been telling y'all, feel all the feels. Feel all the feels. It's okay to feel. It is okay to feel. God gave us emotions. It's okay to feel and sit in your feelings and deal with what your feelings and ask, why you're feeling what you're feeling and how to process what you're feeling. I personally, hey, Nana, I personally have used some of the tools. Hey, Leisha, I have used some of the tools that I have learned from Pastor Ashley, Pastor Sean, and then I have ate my way with some of these emotions. And so I have now, trying to work through getting myself back together. Hey, Kim Armstrong, Mrs. Franks, how are you? And so I was just telling everybody that I was explaining, the fire that I've walked through and the things that the fire has exposed. It exposed some areas that I was leaning on the wrong thing, which if it's not God, I'm leaning on the wrong thing. Right? So it exposed some things. It purified some things off of me that I did not know that I had. So that's what I've been talking about Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Right? It exposed some prideful areas. It exposed some areas where some of some offense might have been was lying. And it exposed to me what I need to do to process everything properly. And it exposed that I didn't I didn't do as bad as I thought I would. Like the things that have happened uh, this month, there were things that I said on Monday. If that had happened a year ago, 2 years ago, I would not have um, walked through them the way that I have. I wish I could have done it without eating everything in sight, but I'm gonna get back in the gym. And so it also showed me that I can forgive while the thing is actively happening. Like I can forgive while I'm still in the midst of raw emotion because I have been teaching about forgiveness for months. We're really almost a year now. I've been teaching about it for a while. I have been teaching about forgiving something that you have been holding on to, or at least that's a place I was teaching from, right? The things that you've held on to, the things that have shaped your behavior, the things that have shaped how you feel about things, how you look at things, and the thing, the way that your feelings impact your results that you get in life. How unforgiveness held on to impacts how you proceed forward in your daily life and how it keeps you in bondage and all of that. And y'all can go back and computer came out good. Y'all can go back and look at all those past lives, and it still includes. And okay, I'm here. All right. And so, and so during this time, I have had to learn how to forgive in the moment while I'm processing, while the emotions are raw and on top and right there when the reaction first happens, if you understand what I'm saying. Like what they did, what they said happened like a few minutes ago. So there's the whole processing of the whole happening. There's the whole processing of all of the things, all of the, the oh, they can't get away with it. Well, oh wait, I need to cuss them out now. Oh wait, maybe I should get them told. Oh wait, oh you said that. Oh wait, all of that. Well, Miss Williams, we want to forgive because we don't want to hurt, right? And so what I was telling is that when I first realized, oh, I gotta forgive them. My first reaction, now I'm a teacher, right? My first reaction is, man, no. Mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm. But because I have been doing this, because I'm teaching it, and I have been intentional about living it, I also kept telling myself, now this is me talking to me. I also kept telling myself, girl, you got to forgive them. And this is also me. I ain't got to do it today. So, it's like you do the video. You need to forgive them. I'm not. It was that, right? And so then there was the time, there was the day, the 2 days, the several days. But I know one day in particular, I just sat. I didn't do any work. I didn't I didn't prepare any classes. I didn't do any homework. I didn't do any I just literally sat in my room like Randy sitting up in my room. I just sat up in my room all day. My husband left me alone because he knew. Not that I was gonna be ignorant to him. He just knew I was really processing and I was really thinking through the situations. And that's what I when I say feel all the feels, because I am pretty much 100% self-employed now. Um, I chose me that day, and I got up and I showered and did all the things, made some breakfast, and I was already feeling kind of heavy. And I tried to do some things, but I realized I couldn't because I realized I was too full of emotions about all the different things that had happened. And so I sat in my room I sat in my room. I didn't do any laundry. I didn't wash any dishes. And all those things needed to have been done. But I also know that if I had tried to do those things, they weren't going to get done by her because I was too heavy. Am I making sense? If you're tracking with me, put a 5 in the comments. Um, and so I knew that those steps had to be taken. I knew that I had to uh, acknowledge that they did what they did because I couldn't just pretend like um, the things didn't happen. And now, you know, I'm talking about like there were like four different four different unrelated things that happened during this 30-day time frame that really really impacted me. And so I took each thing and was like, okay, yeah, that happened. Okay, yeah, that hurt. Okay, yeah, that pissed me off. Okay, yeah, I didn't like that either. And so whatever came up when I addressed the issue, I just sat with it. And I said, I'm not gonna let that one run me. I'm not gonna let that one rule me. And I said, I made I made the decision. Um, I made the decision that I had to forgive. And so, when I say acknowledge the feels and feel the feels, that's what I mean. And so, in this process, then we're going back to the fire part, right? And just to address that last part of your statement, Miss Williams, if there's somebody that wants you to hurt, I'm gonna need for you to not fool with them because that's toxic. That's not cool for somebody to want you to hurt. So anyway, so what I found out is that the fire, the third part of the fire is that the fire confirms you. And by confirm, I don't mean um, to validate it. By confirm, I mean to prove by evidence, to seal by experience, and to stabilize through testing. The visible evidence that faith and forgiveness were working in me during that time, even though I was feeling all the feels and having all the emotions and doing all the things. It showed that my faith was real and it was refined and it was proven to be stable under pressure. There's a scripture somewhere it says if you faint in the day of adversity, then your strength is small or something like that. Um, and so, there were times when had I been going through something like that, then, I might have found my strength to be small. But because my faith has been fortified, because I've studied more and my belief has grown, then if you find, oh, there it is. Look at the first one. Proverbs 24:10. That's where that came from. Proverbs 24:10. If you faint on the day of adversity, little is your strength. And so, because I knew that, I didn't want to faint and then have to go through all these tests all over again. So when you are in the fire, let me go through it. I got my notes over here. So if you're still standing after the fire, then you're confirmed. If you're still believing in God after the fire, then that's confirmation. If you can look back at the furnace that tried to consume you and thank God for it, then that's confirmation. And we went to Daniel and talked about the three Hebrew boys in the fire and all the things that happened to them before they got put in the fire. And then they turned the fire up 10 times hot. They got in there, and then they was just in there, and then they came out. I mean, they weren't just in there, but I'm just going fast. Then they came out. They didn't smell like smoke. They were not singed. They were not burned. And King Nebuchadnezzar, who at some point, was, out in the desert, thinking he was a donkey, uh, fell down and worshiped God. And so ultimately, that is what we want our behavior and our actions to, exemplify, is that we're godly and we serve a God who is mighty and protective, and he will handle the people who mishandle us. That's why I teach forgiveness, because I have seen him do it, right? So the fire confirms your identity. So now I'm going to tell you what it does confirm. Fire confirms your identity. It proves who you are when there's no applause, no title, no comfort, just God and you. And during this time, there was no applause, no title. I wasn't a baggage handler. I was just carrying over there in the corner crying. Um, no comfort, because for a little while I was unconsolable, because I was sad, because I was hurt. When you keep walking by faith, even in silence, it confirms that your identity is anchored in the unshakable and not the visible. So I had to find out that God is my source and He will take care of me. When that every 2 weeks, every 15th and 30th check is no longer there, and He has shown me, oh, I got this for you. Oh, I got that for you. Oh, I got the other for you. Things have happened that probably would not have happened for me had I been, I'm gonna be all right because I have this particular source of income. So the fire confirms God's faithfulness. You go in unsure how it's going to end, but the fact that you came out refined and restored means He kept His word. He didn't He didn't just preserve me, He perfected me. And He'll do the same for you. Like gold tested in fire, your life carries evidence that God is who He says He is. Y'all ever hear that, coach? I know I watch a lot of stuff. I listen to a lot of music. There's a coach out there, and one of his clips is, "They were who they said they were." Some craziness like that. God is who He says He is. He is who He says He is. And I have walked through one of the most difficult times in my life, like a a a pain that I have never felt before, like to the depths of my soul. And the one thing that I could feel was God's presence. The one thing that I appreciate was everybody's prayer. Am I still here? Okay, I'm back. I don't know what I did. Okay, I'm back. I don't know what I did. But anyway, um, I felt the prayers. I felt his presence. And that just confirmed to me that he's always there. Because there have been no, it was me because I disappeared for me too. It's like I don't mm-mm, mm-mm. Y'all come back. Tell your friends come on back. That's interesting. And so for me, it confirmed his faithfulness because all those many times when I have been sad before, and you know how you do it. You know how you do it. Be sad, you be hurt, and then you're like, Lord, where you sound like David out of the wilderness. God, why have you forsaken me? Because he said it in Psalms. And then, of course, Jesus said it on the cross, but David said it too. You be like, Lord, where you at? Why you got me down here going through all this, experiencing all this, having all these problems, and you ain't saying nothing? And then you get in a different place in your faith and you be like, oh, he is here. He definitely is here. So he is who he says he is. And then it also confirms the power of forgiveness. The Hebrew boys could have carried anger towards the king and the accusers, but the moment they stepped out and the king bowed in honor to God, they didn't retaliate. You know, that's what he's telling y'all. You can't be out there retaliating. You can't be out there being left eye and, burning up 100 lives house and, doing all the things. You can't be Angela Bassett and waiting to exhale, burning up, what's his face, clothes outside in the car. Okay? Can't be doing that. Can't be doing that. We're going Romans 12 and 19 this thing and let God exact his vengeance on them for our behalf. Because I be telling people in my class, you know, um, God is still the same God who opened up the earth and swallowed the people. He's still the same God that when Ananias and Sapphira lied about their property that they had sold and they fell dead. He's still that same God. Oh my God, Kim, I didn't know that. I'm so sorry. I did not know that. But yes, and so to have walked through like I told Stephen, I said the day I have dreaded almost all of my life, the time that I have dreaded almost all of my life is here. And couple that with other things that have happened, you be like, baby, I know what I can do. Or at least I know what I think about doing. But as I was saying before, if you let God do it, because He is the same God, and I always have this visual of the vengeance of God. I always have this visual because the Ten Commandments is one of my favorite movies with all them bad side effects and stuff. And so I have this visual of when He comes down from the mountain and He has the tablets and He throws it and He says, whoever's on the Lord's side, come over here. And whoever want to be over there, you stay on over there. And so you see the separation of the people. My God. That's right, Anita. That's right. And she got one here, and I know Michelle is one too. And I had this visual of after, Moses make that statement that Charlton Heston. And then he's laying them tablets, and then the lightning come, and the ground open up, and all you see all the people falling in. See, Michelle, I didn't even know that had that happen to Kim like that. And so when I go to Romans, every time I get to class, I'm in class and I get to that spot where I'm teaching about let God, you know, let Him exact revenge on our behalf. I mean, you think about how mighty and powerful we say God is, but then we want to take revenge in our own hands. We want to take revenge in our own hands. I think that's really kind of, that's very short sighted. I won't say stupid because, we have feelings. Kim, my God, look here. I'm back gonna send you my phone number so just in case you need somebody to talk to. Because that's a lie. That is a lie. But one of the things I found out in this process, Kim, is that the people that said or did things that hurt me, um, and I've had to adjust my thoughts about relationships with people, and not just now, but just in general. It's kind of like losing. It's not like death, but it's kind of losing that relationship. And so, I was grieving the adjustment of some things, and so I I understand a microcosm of what you have experienced, but not the fullness of all that. Not the fullness of all that. And I also want to say to you that family can does not have to be blood. Family doesn't have to be blood. And I know that other relationships can't replace the relationship that is lost to transition, but it can help and it can give you some people that'll walk by you. So that kind of explains what you said when you were talking another day on the live and you were like you feel like you have to do all the things during the holiday season, and the holiday season is coming up, Kim Armstrong. Now I had a year where it was like I had a close friend transition, and oh yeah, I had a close friend transition, and then like a aunt transition, and so I like before you could get through with one, here come another one, and I just told the people I said, you know what, if anybody else transitions, just don't even call me because I can. Just, I was like, if you about to call me and tell me that somebody has transitioned, don't call me because it was like five in a year. So I do understand that aspect, Michelle. I don't understand that aspect. I don't. I don't. But I understand the grief of losing a parent. And so, Kim, I want you to not cook everything. I want you, I don't want you to cook everything. I don't want you to plan for people to bring stuff. I don't want you to do that. Because you told me that they'll say they will and they won't. So, mm-mm, 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 mm-mm. Cook a regular old something. Cook what you regularly cook through the week. And if that's nothing, then cook that. And relax and enjoy the holidays and be present in the moment. And be present in the moment. Kim Armstrong. What does Kim Armstrong want to do? Now look, I don't finish what I was gonna tell you about. What does Kim Armstrong want to do? Now we done morphed into somewhere else. What does Kim Armstrong want to do? I fixed it now. But see, Michelle, it's a difference when you then do that. Then do that. And if you go somewhere else and relax. Don't go somewhere where the people gonna be fussing you talking about what you finna fix. And look, don't be going somewhere talking about what you finna and they're gonna be talking about what you finna fix and you feel pressure to go in there and cook. Go somewhere where ain't nobody gonna be bothered you about cooking up nothing. You look, Michelle. What I'm finna do now, Michelle, I'm finna get in her inbox. Is what I'm finna do because I feel like I need to have as in person of an in person thing as I can do with her because see she told me about this months ago and now she's talking about the people talking about come to the DMV so you can cook. So so yeah forgiveness fam. Then he should come visit. He should come visit you. He hadn't had your cooking in years. He should come visit you. My mama's 77 years old. I don't think I've had. When was the last time I had her cooking? Mm. She did fix something while I was there, but I mean, we were fixing stuff for daddy, so it was like it wasn't the same. But anyway, because when I go there, or when me and my sister are there, everybody else cooks. She ain't got to do a whole lot. She might make a pancake, but all the other stuff, the other people do. But anyway, Kim, look here, y'all. This weekend, I'm gonna get everything situated to be able to offer my class. Oh, don't you go nowhere. Uh, my class next week. I'm gonna have a link up. Y'all tell your friends, tell your family. It is a $97 investment for a 6-week class on forgiveness. And yeah, and so I hope that y'all will take the class. I hope that y'all will share this video, tag your friends. I would really like to see, um, I would really like to see about 10 to 15 people in class. But I'm gonna teach with 100. So anyway, next week, this is the end of this broadcast for today because I done coached Kim for like 10 minutes. So I will see y'all tomorrow on Freedom Friday. All right. This is the end of Tea and Truth for the day. All right. Bye bye.